Okay, so I've been staying at IHG Properties recently, and I've learned a lot about their program, which is pretty similar to the ones from Marriott and Hilton. Like Marriott, IHG credit cards offer anniversary free night awards, which could be very helpful to redeem for that nice weekend trip. And like Hilton, you can earn a lot of points very quickly, and there are methods to get a massive number of points, not only through welcome offers, but also by spending your money strategically. So in this video, I'll go over the 3 strategies that I've learned for big value at IHG hotels that has helped me stay at IHG properties either for free or for a very significant discount. Now, when I first got into hotel programs, statuses, and rewards, I never really gave IHG a second thought, as I usually stay at Marriott's and Hilton's. But that all changed last year when I saw an elevated welcome offer on the IHG Premier business card to earn a total of 175,000 IHG points after spending $7,000 within 6 months, with the first $4,000 needing to be spent in the first 3 months. So I said, okay, why not? And that's when I started looking into the IHG hotel program. And boy, that was a great decision, mainly due to one specific benefit that has made IHG so helpful for us as a complimentary hotel program alongside Marriott and Hilton. As long as you hold any one of the IHG credit cards, which are the Traveler, Premier, and Premier Business cards, when you redeem 3 nights, you get your 4th night free. Now, this is slightly different from Marriott and Hilton, who offer a similar benefit where when you redeem 4 nights, the 5th night is free. But one of the issues with this 5th night free benefit is that sometimes it's more convenient to just have a 4-night stay as compared to a 5-night stay. Now, one of the reasons why I didn't really take IHG seriously earlier was because I always was able to find either a Marriott or Hilton hotel wherever I travel. But as I started to look into international destinations, especially in Asia, IHG has a much bigger presence there, and so having IHG as an option opened up a lot of opportunities to stay at some very nice properties abroad. In fact, IHG has around 6,500 hotels in over 100 countries and has a lot of great brands in their portfolio, including those in the Luxury and Lifestyle Collection, Premium Collection, Essentials Collection, and Suites Collection. Now, as someone who has just started on their IHG journey, I've stayed at only 3 of their brands so far, which are Intercontinentals, Kimptons, and Holiday Inns, including Holiday Inn Express. And with IHG Hotels, our strategy is to stay at premium IHG brand when we go on vacation, typically when we travel internationally, and I would just stay at Holiday Inns for domestic business travel. I've actually had the opportunity to stay at a few Holiday Inn Expresses for business travel recently, and I've so far been pretty impressed with their quality, free breakfast, and basic amenities. But having an IHG credit card is key to really save a lot of money, so let's quickly go over their credit card lineup so you can see how this can work for you. Now, there are 3 IHG credit cards: the IHG One Rewards Traveler, the IHG One Rewards Premier, and the IHG One Rewards Premier Business. And since these are all Chase credit cards, they're all subject to the dreaded Chase 524 rule. So if you're at Chase 524, the chances of getting an auto denial for any of these 3 cards is high. Now, the Traveler card is essentially a useless card, and the reason for this is because when you look at the welcome offer terms, you can only get a welcome offer on one personal IHG card. Specifically for the IHG Traveler and Premier cards, the welcome offer isn't available to you, 1, if you're a current cardholder of a personal IHG credit card, or 2, if you've received a card member bonus for a personal IHG card in the last 24 months. So with that in mind, it's actually better to get the IHG Premier card because of 3 reasons. Number 1, the better welcome offer. Number 2, the better IHG multiplier. And number 3, the anniversary free night award. Now, we're going to cover that card in more detail in a little bit, but I first want to cover the IHG Traveler card to give you a point of comparison. The IHG Traveler card has no annual fee and has a standard welcome offer to earn 80,000 bonus points after spending $2,000 in purchases in the first 3 months from account opening. This card earns 17x points back at IHG hotels and resorts, 3x points back on dining, utilities, select streaming services, and gas stations, and 2x points back on all other purchases. It has no foreign transaction fees, grants you automatic Silver Elite status, and also unlocks that 4th night free benefit, among other benefits. So the IHG Traveler card is okay, but I only really see it as a downgrade option if you want it. But it's not really a relevant card if you're looking to earn a lot of points with IHG. Now, the other personal IHG credit card is the one that's important, and that's the IHG Premier card. This card has an annual fee of $99 and has a standard welcome offer to earn 140,000 points after spending $3,000 in purchases in the first 3 months from account opening. It earns 26x points back at IHG hotels and resorts, 5x points back on gas and dining, and 3x points back on all other purchases. It also has no foreign transaction fees, you earn automatic Platinum Elite status, and you earn an annual free night award after your first card member anniversary. Now this free night is pretty flexible as it's worth at least 40,000 IHG points, but it can be topped up with additional points if you want to make a bigger redemption. And this card also unlocks the 4th night free benefit, as well as 2 other helpful benefits: a $100 TSA PreCheck and global entry credit, and a $50 United Travel Bank credit split up into 2 $25 semi-annual credits. And if you're a big spender, you can earn a $100 statement credit and 10,000 bonus points after spending $20,000 in a calendar year on the card, as well as the top tier Diamond Elite status after spending $40,000 in a calendar year on the card. Of course, this card also has the typical protections that you'd expect from a mid-tier travel credit card, like trip cancellation and interruption insurance, baggage delay insurance, lost luggage reimbursement, and purchase protection. And so you can see that this card offers some pretty good value and benefits for just a $99 annual fee. But you could also get a second version of this card, which is in the form of the IHG Primer Business Card. Now the Personal Premier and Business Premier cards are virtually identical with only 2 differences. The first is that the minimum spend requirement on the standard business card welcome offer is slightly higher at $4,000 in the first 3 months. And the second is that the 5x category also includes select business purchases such as social media and search engine advertising and office supply stores. But other than that, these 2 cards are basically the same, which is great because that means you have 2 opportunities to get welcome offers every 24 months to drastically increase your pool of IHG points. And so now that we know all about these credit cards, it's also important to briefly explain IHG rewards tiers, because it's also going to affect not only your IHG experience, but also how many points you earn through staying at IHG properties. Now, this won't be an in-depth review of the whole program, but we'll focus on the 2 key status elite tiers that really matter, which are Platinum Elite and Diamond Elite. These are the top 2 elite status tiers with IHG, and if you have either the IHG Premier or the IHG Premier Business cards, and you should if you plan on staying at IHG properties at some regular basis, you'll automatically start at the Platinum Elite level. And this status unlocks complimentary upgrades, a welcome amenity at check-in, as well as the opportunity for early check-in. You also get a 60% bonus points multiplier, so if you ever use an IHG Premier or Premier Business card when you stay at IHG properties, you'd earn 26x points per dollar spent. This is broken down to 10x points from the card, 10x points from being an IHG One Rewards member, and 6x points from that 60% points bonus from being a Platinum Elite member. And the next tier up is Diamond Elite status, which you can earn either by spending $40,000 on an IHG Premier or Premier Business credit card in a calendar year, or earn 70 qualified nights or earn 120,000 qualified points in a calendar year. And the difference between Platinum Elite and Diamond Elite is subtle, with the 2 main differences being a 100 points earning boost as well as free daily breakfast at select properties. So that's the brief overview of IHG credit cards and their rewards program, but now let's dive into the good stuff, which is how you can earn a massive number of IHG points very quickly. So with IHG, the credit card choice is simple, as there's really only 2 credit cards to choose from when it comes to welcome offers: either the Premier card or the Premier Business card. And that leads me to the first strategy that I've learned with IHG, and that is to use elevated welcome offers to your advantage. So far, the highest welcome offer that I've seen on either the personal or business versions of the Premier card was 175,000 points after meeting the minimum spend requirement. Now, there was also a 5 free night offer out there too, with each night being valued up to 60,000 points. And so even though this may mathematically be more valuable, it really does depend on your use case if this is better than the points offer or not. For one, these free night certificates expire after a year, so it's important to have a somewhat immediate plan to use them. You'd also have to find properties that range between 50k and 60k points per night to extract the most amount of value out of those free night certificates to make that welcome offer worth it. But with the points offer, these points are much more flexible and also don't expire as long as you're an IHG Elite member, which would always be the case if you hold an IHG credit card. So before jumping into the IHG program, I'd recommend waiting for one of these elevated offers to appear and then apply for the respective card at that time. And in the past, the elevated offers on the personal and business IHG Premier card are usually staggered, so you can get one bonus first and then the other one if you want to. And that's great because it makes it that much easier to space out these credit card applications to hit those minimum spend requirements. Okay, so now that you have access to the IHG Premier card, Premier Business card, or both, how exactly do you use these cards to earn as many points as possible? Well, it's as easy as looking at the multipliers, and the one multiplier that is much higher than the other ones is the 26x multiplier for IHG hotels and resorts. And that brings me to the second strategy that I've learned, which is to always use your IHG card when you stay at IHG hotels and resorts, and to keep at least one IHG card open at all times. So considering that you earn 10x points on all IHG hotel stays, I always recommend using the IHG card when you stay at those hotels to get those extra points. Now, IHG points are valued at around 0.5 cents per point, so this can be interpreted as an equivalent 5x multiplier if you standardize this to other point earnings cards on your IHG hotel stays. And with that same conversion in mind, while the 5x and 3x categories are okay multipliers, it's probably better to use a different card for those categories, unless you're looking to get a few extra IHG points, or you're thinking about that Diamond Elite status benefit where you spend $40,000 on the card in a calendar year. Now, personally, I don't think that spending $40,000 is worth it for Diamond Elite status, but there are certainly going to be some exceptions. Of course, there are other ways to earn IHG points, such as through partner programs, but these typically aren't great ways to earn points very quickly. You could also transfer points from point currencies such as Chase and Bilt, but this really isn't recommended because those Your points and Bilt points can be transferred elsewhere for much, much better value. And the reason why I think it's important to keep at least one IHG card open is because of that fourth night free benefit that comes with the card, which has been probably our most used benefit with IHG so far. But another method to get a lot of points very quickly, which is actually my third strategy, is to purchase IHG points when they're offered at a 100% sale. This means you'd be getting double the amount of points than you usually would, and you'd be purchasing these points at 0.5 cents per point, usually up to a calendar year maximum of 500,000 points for $2,500. Now, I'll admit, purchasing points is not free. But what you're doing is you're spending money up front for the opportunity to book an IHG hotel for a significant discount later. And there are two schools of thought when it comes to buying IHG points. The first is the more conservative route, where you buy only the number of points you need to do a booking that you already have in mind. And the second is to purchase the maximum number of points that you can when that 100% sale is going on, knowing that you'll eventually use those IHG points for a future booking. And this is what I personally do because IHG points aren't always available at a 100% sale. And since I know that I'll be staying at IHG properties in the future, I just buy the maximum number of points when I can, so I'll have them available to use later. And this can be very powerful when you couple these points with that fourth night free benefit that can elevate your IHG point value to 1 cent per point or even higher, depending on your redemption. So buying IHG points at a 100% sale isn't for everyone, but if you're okay with it, it can be an awesome strategy to get a massive amount of points very, very quickly. I also want to mention that it's possible to transfer points between IHG members, but this typically comes with a fee of $5 per 1,000 transferred points, and I don't recommend doing it this way. IHG does now offer waived fees for Diamond Elite members, as well as joining the IHG Business Rewards program, which doesn't cost anything, so this is a much better way to go. I've heard mixed things about whether IHG Business Rewards actually allows you to transfer points without a fee, and I just signed up for it, so I'm still waiting to see if this is going to work out for me or not. But if you're already a part of this program and have completed some transfers for free, definitely let us know your experience down in the comments below, because I personally can't do this quite yet, and I'm very curious to know how long it takes for free transfers to become available once you've signed up for the program. Now, if we're able to transfer points between members for free, that opens up whole new possibilities if you have a player 2 or player 3 or 4, since they could also apply for their own IHG cards and purchase points to help pad that points bank as well. One other part of the IHG strategy is to consider the availability of anniversary free certificates on both the Premier and Premier Business cards. Depending on what you want to do, You could either keep these cards open indefinitely, meaning you continue to receive those anniversary free night awards every year for a total of $198 in annual fees, or if you wanted to focus on IHG welcome offers instead every 24 months, you could cancel and reapply for these cards to continue to earn those IHG points if points are more valuable to you than those free night certificates. There really is no wrong answer here, just the right answer for your situation. For us, our new plan is to eventually get both the IHG Premier and Premier Business cards, and then keep those cards open indefinitely for those anniversary free night certificates. And when it comes to points, our plan is to always use an IHG credit card for our IHG stays, and to purchase points at a 100% sale when available. So far, our strategy has helped us get a lot of value on our IHG points redemptions, and so we'll definitely see how it goes as we start to earn our first free night certificate later this year. And so those are the 3 strategies that we learned to get massive value at IHG hotels. It's so interesting to use these strategies to get us the best redemption possible with IHG properties, and we're really thankful for that 4th night free benefit as the most valuable benefit of this hotel program, at least for us. But like I said before, IHG is a lot like the Hilton program, since you can earn a lot of points very, very quickly. And to see what I think is the best 2-card Hilton credit card strategy, check out this video next.